Hello, my crochet friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing really well. This is part 2 of the crochet drawstring bags. If you missed part 1, it's the last video that I did. I'll pop a link in the description for you to click on. We're making these beautiful little drawstring bags, and I made them in a little set of 3. The bigger one is still on the table after filming, and it's a very beginner friendly pattern. If you know your half double crochet stitches and your chain stitch, you can make this, and a slip stitch for the drawstring, and you can even make the picot. Any beginners there see a picot and get scared off, don't be. It's really simple to do, and it just I'll walk you through them step by step, and just gives that beautiful little ruffle at the end of the top of the bag. And obviously I'll just tie this back into a bow. These are great for your little pieces of makeup, crochet hooks, perfumes, nail varnishes. I mean, you can make them. The pattern is so that you can make it any size you want. The pattern is not size dependent at all. Okay, so I'll show you how you can make it to whatever size that you want to make these bags. So if you want to make a huge great big bag, go right ahead. Want to make a smaller one than this, go right ahead. Okay, so I had to do this video in 2 parts, because I don't know why, for some reason I film in a way, and it ended up over an hour long. And I'm like, what? But I go into so much detail because I know there's a lot of beginners watch my channel, and I don't just rush through the stitches. I walk through new stitches step by step, and I give a lot of information and detail. That's probably why. So this is second half, and if you've already done first half, this is the rest of it. There's not a third. Okay. I'd love to hear how you got on with this and any other of my tutorials on my channel. I always love hearing from you guys. Getting to know some of you now, and it's a pleasure talking to you or chatting with you on the YouTube app. So any questions, please pop them down into the description. I will answer the questions. What else? Oh, if you're not subscribed, give me a subscription. It's completely free, and it helps me to keep bringing you great little videos like this. I really want to do that. So and if you can give this video a thumbs up, so the YouTube algorithm knows that what you like, it will keep sending you similar items and helps my channel too. So it's a two-way street just by pressing that like button. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all, and we'll get on with the tutorial. And there you go, that's one side of your bag already done. So when you've made one, go ahead and make the second one exactly the same, and we'll be sewing those together. So now we're going to join these together, and this is the right side out of the bag where you've got the open stitches sort of very visible and sticking out. What we'll do is keep that as it is, but fold this one over the top so that the two right sides of the bag are actually facing each other on the inside. So that's the wrong side and the wrong side. So now we can join them together. Okay. To get this really nice and tidy, bring in your stitch markers, and we're going to put one in each corner of the bag. Like this, all the way around. You don't have to use this method, but so I think, sorry if the camera's gone a bit blurry there. It does help. So go around, put your stitch markers in every corner, this one and this one. Okay, so we've put in the stitch markers on each corner, and I've popped the stitch markers in the top of the bag, not the picots. So we're ready to, using a slip stitch, join the bags together. So we're going to grab our yarn. So we have been using a 5.5mm crochet hook, and we're going to change to a 4.5. There we go. So now we're going to sew them together. So I'm going to do this bottom edge first. So we'll take that stitch marker out and pop my hook through. Use a smaller crochet hook for the joining with a slip stitch. Right, pop your hook through both exactly the same sides, and make a slip stitch in your yarn. Through, there we go, and we're ready to slip stitch them together. So just put your hook through just one loop of the bag, preferably the inside loop, and the same on the other side. Yarn over and then slip stitch through all the loops on the hook. Then move to your next stitch, hook through, and then find the next corresponding stitch, hook through, yarn over, slip stitch through, all the way through. And that's joining the bottom of the bag together. So keep going all the way along until we reach this stitch marker. So I'm coming up to the first corner. Take this stitch marker out now and really that the sides are nice and straight. There we go. I think we're in the corner stitch now. 2 loops for the corners. Keep them nice and strong. So I'm trying to look through the camera here. Let me just look actually at the work. There we go. Then through the 2 loops of the corner, then yarn over and slip stitch through and slip stitch through. So then we're going to go up through to the other side. So we've got a stitch here and a stitch here, yarn over, slip stitch through and through, and keep going all the way up the other side. So we've gone around the corner and we're going to go and carry on up all the way up the other side, and then when you reach this stitch marker, that's where you'll finish off, okay, because we're not going to join up the top. And then you would come back here, rejoin your wool. So let me pull the camera out slightly so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now we can see. So we've seamed along the bottom here. We just headed up this side here. I will change colour and do the seam in the top here in the yellow. You don't have to, but it will obviously match the rest of the bag if you do. And then, but when you get to here, we will finish off and finish that section there. And then you'll come back down to this corner, rejoin your wool and seam all the way up this side and finish off here. So carry on where we were for now. So we're going up the other side now. So all the way up to there, finish off, retie your yarn here, seam up there, finish off. I'll meet you there when you've done all that, and I will show you how to make those beautiful little ties. Okay, so we have sewn our little bag together. While it's inside out, I've sewn in all the ends as well. So turn it the right side out. There we go. Beautiful little bag. I'm going to make the drawstring in the opposite colour, so in the coral. So we'll pop that to one side for now. So we're going to need the colour that you're making your drawstring in. I'm going to use the smaller hook size to make the drawstring, and you'll need your tape measure as well to go. If you grab your yarn, we need it to go all the way around, a little bit extra room length for that. So it's going to be, and then you want to be able to tie a nice big bow. The bow is going to be a lot wider than this as well. I would say that's when you've got it so that you've got it, the bow, the size you want it. You might want to do a small bow. It's entirely up to you. I like nice big bows. And then just added, I usually add a little bit more length. So I'm going to make mine this long. So if I measure this, so 52 inches. That's how long I'm going to make mine. If you prefer to make a smaller bow, it's going to be shorter. It's a very simple rope we're making, nothing too complicated. So make your slip knot. Pop in your hook. So remember that measurement we took earlier, we'll keep that in mind. We're going to make a chain, a foundation chain. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. There's no multiples for this. A multiple of 1, so any amount of chains. So, and I'll meet you back here and show you what to do next. Okay, so a nice long chain. Just measured mine and it's the length I would like it to be, about 52 inches or thereabouts. I did add plenty on. So what we do now, I'll bring the camera in slightly. We're simply going to slip stitch in every chain all the way back down. So don't start with the second stitch. So not this one, this one. Pop your hook in, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, and then slip stitch it through the loop that's on your hook. And then the next stitch, hook in, pull up a loop, then slip stitch it through the loop that's on your hook. Very simple. Next stitch, same thing. Hook in, pull up a loop, slip stitch it through. So keep going with this all the way down your chain. A slip stitch in every chain all the way till the end of the chain. So if you like, you can pause the video here and I'll meet you to show you what to do next. Okay, so here you'll see I've got my slip stitches all the way to the end, and this here is I ran out of yarn and I simply tied a knot in and joined. Once I've sewn that in with a darning needle, you won't be able to see it. So what we do now you could leave that there. It's plenty good enough, exactly like that. For a smaller bag, that would be ideal. I'm going to show you how to do one more row in case you wanted to, but you don't have to. So we're going up to the end, so I'm doing my last slip stitch there, and then so this is the bottom of the slip stitches, the foundation chain here. So slip stitch across over to that other side there, and then quite simply just in one leg, under one leg of a stitch, we're going to do exactly the same, slip stitch down the other side, exactly the same. And I made mine just once we get to the end of this row, that's where I stopped. You could in fact carry on and make it even bigger by going across and up the other side again. But like I say, you can in fact stop after this one row, slip stitching down your foundation chain, and then when you've finished, however many rows it is you're doing, let's say you went across and did another row, when you get to the end you would yarn over and pull up some yarn and grab your scissors. My scissors have, oh, they've not grown legs and run off, they're just here. Anybody else have their crochet hooks etc grow legs and run away? And then you cut off your yarn, then pull that through and you're finished. And then you will grab your darning needle and just sew in these two ends just like that, tuck that in, and the same again for this one, and that would be your, oh, and of course if you've joined any extra yarn, sew those ends in as well. There we go, there's your drawstring. So I'll just finish up sewing in the ends and then I'll show you how you feed it through the bag. We have a finished bag with the drawstring. Now we just need to thread it through. So we're going to come out from the inside there, pull that all the way, oops sorry I just bumped the camera, pull that all the way through till it's halfway, and then I'm going to weave just like sewing in and out, in or out and in and out of these little holes. And there you go, and your last one through there. So the bottom doesn't have to be exactly even, but there you go. And you can tie your bow. There we go. Easy to open. Keep all your bits and bobs in there. So I do hope this video has been helpful and inspiring you to make a little drawstring bag of your own. If you've got any questions at all, please pop them in the comments. I always reply to any questions. If you need any help at all with this or any of my other videos. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.